Oi there! Well, it's finally the day, or at least it's the starting day, of the exhaust build on the 86 Dakar Rally clone. This is a stock exhaust right here. This is off of one of my cars. It's got the government still on it, which is probably extremely plugged at this point in time. But I'm going to attempt to completely rebend all this and do everything here in a full 2-inch pipe. And the reason I'm doing that is because I have a 4AC in here, and it is bored 1mm over. It is ported intake and exhaust manifolds and everything like that. So I really want to make sure this thing can flow as much air as physically possible. And is an 1 3/4 exhaust all that restrictive? Probably not, but this exhaust is full of leaks, full of rust. It's disgusting, as you can tell, just by looking at it. I mean, the muffler it's gone. Got my cheap welder out here, got some sand, and the sand is for my tubing bender right here. So I just scooped this up from Harbor Freight, and I got myself a hat. And I know a bunch of people say these things don't do super great for bending pipes, so we'll see how it goes. Maybe this is going to fail miserably, but I think we'll get pretty lucky. We're going to try it anyway. What's the worst that happens? I go pay a shop anyway. Be really depressing because I spent a lot of money on exhaust parts and a pipe bender and stuff like that, but I really want to be able to use this thing to build a brush guard in the future for the 87, along with who knows whatever other projects I'll end up wanting to build brush guards and bumpers and stuff for over the years. So figure this will be something that'll pay for itself in no time. All right, so we got the pipe filled with sand. Kind of took a tape measure out here, and I kind of figured out about 4 inches back from that right there is where the first bend is, and then I think it's like another 11 inches until like the mid of this bend right here. So this part right here is actually flared out for other exhaust pipe to slip in to start welding it. So I decided to kind of just pick a spot right there that I think will be theoretically enough for me to get that slight, I don't know what even degree that you would say that bend is, not super great, just a teeny little kink, and then I can flip it over and go there and get that like 90, almost 90, a little over 45-ish. Yeah, somewhere probably a little over a 45 bend. So I'm hoping I can kind of get that pretty close. So let's see what happens. This is my first time trying. Uh-oh. There's no way it's full already. So that did not work. That put a really bad kink in this thing. And there's no way exhaust gases aren't going to get completely trapped in there. Alright, well, it's been a couple of days. I've been going at this for a little while now, and so far had not really any good success. Been bending pipes, mostly just kinking pipes. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring this thing down to an exhaust shop, see if I can get a quote from somebody. Time is money, unfortunately. I like to do things myself, but this has kind of been a bit of a struggle, and I don't really have the shop space for the correct like pneumatic pipe benders. There's just not a ton of space in my garage right now. So until we get our next shop, this is going to be kind of what we're going to deal with. So we'll go take it for a rip with a crappy old exhaust. Don't know how well this is picking up in the car, but this thing is drafty. It sounds like these windows are cracked, but this crank window it's literally all the way up. So I guess I might do some door seals on this thing. Maybe some hinges too, we'll see. Well, yeah, there's the exhaust job all wrapped up. Ended up being a little bit more intense than I thought it was going to be to DIY that myself. I kind of figured I could do it, but life lesson learned the hard way. That is not a thing I could have done myself. But I do 99% of work completely by myself, so I don't have to pay a shop very often. So if I got to pay for an exhaust job once every couple of years, it's not so bad. But yeah, here's how it looks underneath it. Obviously, I snipped some pictures in there, but I got myself a Lukey muffler from Australia. I don't know how well that'll come through in the picture, in the video, but yeah, that muffler is straight from Australia, so shout out to Ricky. She's the one that sent me that. I got it because of the name. I thought it was kind of hilarious, and this car's got parts from all across the world and other various places of life, so it was very fitting. But anyway, now I'm going to go ahead and focus on doing those door seals and probably the door hinges, because I think those are probably the long due. Those hinges are really blown out, so. Yeah, this is rock hard. I don't think the seal's any good. Oh. Alright, well, new door seal is in. It definitely fits a lot nicer right over here. But one thing I noticed as I was rolling this back up is if you kind of look right over here in the corner, I don't know how well you can see this, but right here, see the window kind of like goes forward and backwards. So I kind of wonder if maybe my regulator in this window is kind of maybe out of place or off put or something like that, because it kind of shifts a little bit. I sprayed on the inside of the tracks with some silicone lubricant. That should help out. But what I'm also going to do to these outside seals right here is, these are super, super dry. So I'm going to use this Shin-Etsu silicone grease. I'm probably saying that wrong. I think Honda actually makes this stuff. But yeah, weather stripping over the years gets pretty dry, pretty wore out. I do have another seal down there, but I'm kind of dreading taking it out. So I'm going to just try and lubricate these seals a little bit, kind of see if they will rejuvenate just a touch, because they are pretty old. This stuff is a little expensive. I don't remember what I paid for this tube, but it was certainly not a very, very cheap tube. But this stuff, in my experience and from my several moments of research, which is more than 7, is that this stuff is pretty goated with the sauce when it comes to rubber. There's not a lot holding these in here. But, first impressions, they are definitely the door hinges of all time. So, looks like we got one that kind of curves up that way, one that curves up that way. So, let's go look at these and see which side goes where. And voila! Best part about this is nice and tight.